The hopes of a golf Mad Nation squarely on their shoulders. What a show of talent, of poise, of true Aussie grit.
It is our story to write. What story you want it to be is determined by the man in that fucking jumper. And the man in that jumper beside you.
Shit's about to get fun.
Welcome back to Fairways to Footy, proudly brought to you by the Golf Bunker, your home for club fittings, lessons and all things golf. I've got Fergo, the Timu Bontempelli. I've got Mossy, don't let the colourful beard fool you, he's not 60 years old. And I'm Toto, the brains and brawns of this shit show. Boys, episode 3 of our 3-part AFL series, where we're pretty much looking at the preview of each of the AFL teams. We've crossed off 12 already. Some very, very interesting points of view. Fergo hating on the best player in the competition.
Look, I'm just the one giving content here. You guys suck.
Yeah, fair enough. Mossy talking a very suspect under pressure cat. And me telling everybody my little love affair for one left footer, yeah.
GWS,
yeah.
The whole team.
Yeah, or Gold Coast, or just hope them get to my level, boys.
Sorry, I can't list off the entire top 22 of every team.
Be better.
Yeah, that's literally where he's at.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that you guys have enjoyed. If you haven't watched the last 2 episodes, make sure you scoot back through YouTube. If they've got any feedback, where can they reach us?
Fairways Footy Podcast on Instagram and also YouTube. So Fairways Footy Podcast. That's where this will be uploaded so you can watch it visually. And Spotify is the same, Fairways Footy Podcast. So
happy days.
Get around it.
Well, without further ado, we've got a big 6 teams, an exciting 6 teams to get into.
Very exciting last 6, I think.
So first up, Mossy's probably drawn the short straw.
Yes.
Because nobody likes this team.
We've got the power to win, power to roll, come on, for Adelaide aggression.
Power, they finished 13th last year. They've been up and down, they've got a few things going on, but I think when you dive into the stats a bit, they're actually on paper not as probably bad as I feel like some people say they are. Rising star, I've got Christian Moraes on the wing. So debuted last year, played 14 games. He got subbed out 4 times, so that leaves him with 10 full games that he played, and he played about sort of 60% of those games. So he's getting good time on the paddock, and he finished with a season high 27 disposals and 7 marks. So he
can find the footy.
So he can find the footy, and he averaged 12. He represented Vic Metro at every age as well, so he's obviously handy. I think just being a young fella coming into the AFL system, I think if you're a first year player, unless you're like the most elite of the elite, like a Will Ashcroft, and come in and play and dominate and be a real contributor, if you average 12 to 13-ish disposals your first year, like that's not too bad. So I think he's got a lot to bring to the table. If he can get a full season this year, which I think he will, he should play most games.
Yep.
You'd probably like to see those disposals get up, and then again we talk about whether he plays more defensive or more attacking wingman. Either way, you'd love to see him, run and carry the footy and sort of be that link man for them between attack and defence.
Yeah, I think from memory, I remember watching him a couple of games and he got caught on whether to defend or whether to attack.
Yeah.
And he got mixed up, and especially when he gets those, very experienced wingmen, it's very plain to see when you get mixed up.
Yeah, because I reckon wing's nearly the hardest position on the field.
Yeah,
because
especially
you're
if the
always
football's
torn.
over the other side.
Yeah, you're always torn. Like, do I go over and help? Do I be a switch man? Do I play kick behind when the ball's forward? Like, depending on your team structure, you've got to have really good sound judgment about where to be and be patient and not just go trying to find the footy. So he'll learn that as he goes, I think.
He's an elite runner as well.
Yeah.
So quite a rangy build, just glides up and down the track. So under a new coach, Port Adelaide got the new coach. So Joshy Carr's taken over them. He's come across from an assistant coach at Fremantle, taken over from good old Ken Hinkley, who just couldn't get the job done.
And we talked about it last episode.
Yeah, we did.
They've got old generation players that are slowly moving out, but they're really going to start fostering these younger players because they need to.
And they need to do that now while, say, Ollie Wines and all those boys are still there, because they're cream of the crop, good players. They need to help sort of grow these blokes and be part of that leadership, giving feedback, helping them grow. Because if you leave it and then those guys are on the way out, or they've suddenly, they're not playing, they're injured, you're like,
Yep.
These guys are just not developing as quickly as you'd like. So,
Yep.
I think Christian Moraes he'll be solid. Breakout contender. I've got Miles Bergman.
Yep.
So he's a medium defender, but he's sort of transitioning to like a mid, athletic and versatile, career best 18 disposables. But, he's 400.
That was his average.
Yeah, that was his average. And he's, averaging 435 metres gained. So if you go back
up
to,
there.
That's
I
definitely
think
up
when
there.
we spoke in
Josh Dacos.
first episode about Josh, he's probably the benchmark for metres gained. He's in the mid-ish 500s.
Yeah.
So 450 or nearly 450, 435 is really solid. And he's elite at tackling, 3.6 per game. And he even had 14 tackles versus the Hawks when he was in the midfield given the opportunity. So I think as a mid, tough and plays inside, will make tackles, and he looks like he's ready to go.
Yeah, with the last probably half a dozen games, and we've spoken about this before as well, when coaches have sort of pushed this season aside and they're looking at the future, all right, next year, couple of new roles, what are we going to look at? Let's give him a little bit of a taste. And they put Bergman in the midfield as that defensive mid to run with these good midfielders. Case in point, I think he had 14 tackles one game, so playing that negating, tagging midfield role.
Yeah.
And it taught him how to play that midfield role because the best player is going to take you to where the football is.
Yep.
So you can learn a lot from that. So I think he's definitely primed. He did sign a contract extension with them. He was a hot man on the market. Talk of him going to St Kilda with every other footballer that was a free agent apparently.
Yep.
And decided to stick with Port Adelaide. My guess is that he knew the writings on the wall there. He's like, I want to play mid. No worries, mate. Here's a 2-year contract, or here's a 2-year extension.
Yep.
So yes, big things. He's a big body too, which helps out Butters, Rosie, Horn Francis. Yep.
Yeah.
Fair call.
Yep. And under pressure, I've got Todd Marshall. Forward turn defender under the new coach, Josh Carr. Didn't play last year. Ruptured his Achilles. So, he's coming off a season of not playing.
That's got to be hard to come back from. An Achilles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Not an
yes, you have
easy
your
one.
ACLs and stuff like that, but Achilles, that's...
I've known so many people that's done their Achilles and they've quit football.
Yeah.
So many people.
he's, from all reports, he looks pretty good. He's impressing at training, sort of in that defensive space. Good intercept mark, good ball use. The reason I've got him on the pressure watch is they've already got 3 good defenders that are tall. They've got Radigalia, Aliir, and Brandon Zerk-Thatcher, all pulling good numbers. 10 for 11 disposals for Rada. Aliir's at 13 and Zerk's at 11. And then they've got between them, nearly 15 spoils between them.
Yeah.
So, they're at 6 spoils, 5 and 4. How does he slot into that back 6? What does that all look like?
I think he's always lacked X factor. He's never been a player that you go and you go, geez, he's
what he's
going
got
well.
is he's got sublime foot skills.
Yes.
Agree
with that.
He was a sharpshooter. I think one year he kicked 45 goals, 14.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. So you have a look at these big defenders, and if they take these intercept marks that you're talking about, that's an important trait for a key defender,
Yep.
but then he can't kick it. I mean, he gives you someone that can take an intercept mark and deliver the football.
But then my question is then, as a forward, you're pretty much never spoiling. Let's be fair. Hardly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't spoil very often. Now your whole mindset's changing. You're like, okay. Or does he have a license just to go, mate,
I think he becomes the third man up.
Third man up.
He becomes third man up because he's a good size.
Yep.
And yeah, I know that Aliir can be that third man up, but I think he probably goes more post now.
Yeah, and his foot skills are...
Not great.
Yeah.
They're not great.
Yeah.
But you could run Aliir lockdown and also Radigalia lockdown,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you've actually just created the perfect third man up.
Matchup dependent as well. Let's say they come up against a Hawthorn with all their smalls. They don't really have your tall forwards.
Yeah.
So he might start back and then they go, cool, we've got a mismatch here. You run forward. Hawthorn are doing that with Sicily now at the moment because they've gone out. Hawks have gotten Battle. They've gotten Tommy Barris. So they've got their key posts. Now Sicily becomes that half back, half forward, like pinch hit. So that might be the role that they're looking for. And I just know that they're looking for foot skills coming out of D50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but how he comes back from injury, that's a huge call.
I don't think he's under pressure. Like, not that he won't play. It'll just be how
It's a new role.
how they slot him in and what the role looks like. So
I think
it's
he's
more
under
so-
pressure with
he's-
that he won't play. Like, I've never rated him. I don't know if they do either. Like, you don't bring a key forward that you were relying on to kick goals for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So relied on him to kick goals. You don't just go in a season we're going to throw you back. If you're a key forward and you get thrown back, your coach is going, look, mate, this is your last go. If you don't perform in the back line, you're not performing anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. You kick 45 goals. You're no slouch.
Yeah, but then why are they putting him back?
That's probably a question
Well,
for this bloke. Who
yeah.
they got up forward?
Georgiades?
Georgiades is the big one. When he kicked 45 is when Power were minor premiers. So, and he was a big focal point.
Bold call. Power outage. Butters flies home for dollars. So he's a Victorian boy.
Yep.
So, a bit of chat around the doggies maybe.
Yep.
Or Collingwood. We've got some blokes on big money who are not worth big money. This guy's actually fair dinkum good.
I've got a knock on Butters. I love him. I
you
love the
seen
way.
him?
Yeah. But he is so susceptible to a tag, it's not funny. You have a look at his statistics throughout
Yeah,
the year.
not wrong.
If you put a tagger, don't get me wrong, anybody that cops a tagger, really, they tend to struggle with him because they become a bit one-dimensional. They don't have another trick up their sleeve. You try and tag Nick Dacos, he'll take you to full forward, and you've got, all of a sudden, you got to play a defender on him. And stuff like that. He just hasn't developed that. And there's been a minute amount. Literally a handful of games last year where it was like he was actually tagged out of a game and struggled to have 20 touches. So to me, that's the only knock on him.
But if you put him in a Collingwood or a Bulldogs midfield, who are you going to tag? Are you going to tag Nick Dacos? Are you going to tag Zach Butters? Are you going to tag?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to tag Bontempelli? Are you
Yeah,
going to tag
exactly.
Tom Liberatore? Are you going
Yeah.
to tag I think if he goes to a midfield like that, it'll be very interesting to see how he plays.
Yeah.
Because he's probably not, even if he went to those two midfields, he's probably not the first midfielder you're going to. So
No.
he's probably not getting a tag. And, just last year, mate, he's elite in 4 categories and above average in the other one. 28 disposals, elite. Kicks, 13 elite. Handballs, 14 elite. Total clearances, nearly 7 elite.
Yeah.
And then tackles, 5.
Yeah, so he's doing it. He does that. So for a little fella.
Yep.
So I think that, if he has a big season, like he goes and really has another elite season like last year, there's going to be probably $1 million on the table. And then a bit.
They're talking
and-
Nasai, Wanganeen, Miller numbers, hey.
So,
And
but how old is he? He is
28?
Yeah.
28.
Is he?
No, he's only 25.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he's.
Yeah, no,
that's
so
the
he's
whole
only
talk.
25.
He hasn't even
So-
technically hit his prime yet.
Here's a question for you. Do you know anybody that barracks for Port Adelaide?
No, I actually don't think I do. Not one bloke.
I think there was one bloke that I played with it down Brizzy. That's it.
Yeah, I think I played
and-
with one bloke in Kingaroy.
And I can't even remember his name. I just know he had a Port jersey.
Yeah. No,
And you hosed him, the old lightning bolt one from back in the day.
Yeah. No, I honestly, it's weird because I know a lot of Crows fans and they despise Port Adelaide.
Yeah. What about the Tigers?
We're from Tigerland, a fighting fury. We're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind, then never mind. We'll fight and win.
Watch out for him, mate.
Ferraris.
I'm telling you.
Kingy, isn't it? It was King. You look a
Yeah.
bit like David King, actually.
Do I?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hopefully in his playing days, not now. No, I've got the old Richmond Tigers. I was once a fan, and then I was told I was never allowed back after jumping off the ship. So, which is going to be disappointing because I'm pretty excited about the kids. They went on a full rebuild. They went out, they got rid of Rioli, they got rid of a few other, Baker,
Bolton.
Graham, Bolton. They got rid of a lot of these older heads. There's still a couple more that I thought might have gone, like Vlosten and Broad, and even Nankervis for that matter, but they've all decided to stick around. They loaded up on draft picks. They've got a heap of young studs, but the rising star for me is the number 1 draft pick, Sammy Lawler. He's just been handed Dusty's number
And
4.
looks dangerous in that.
Looks a
Mate,
thick
that-
boy.
Oh,
Like, he's doing the Dusty.
he looks like Dusty.
Yeah, just clean skin Dusty. Yeah. So, look, you don't want to put that much pressure on the kid, but he's one of those. I think he's probably more of your Cam Rayner than Dusty at the moment. Just that thick set.
Bit more
I think
forward.
he's going to be more of a high half forward than what he is a midfielder to start with. He is going to be that forward mid anyway. I don't think he's going to go out and get 30. I don't believe his junior numbers were big numbers, but he can affect the scoreboard. He wins clearances, and that's what you want.
Reminds me of like a young Papley, like when Papley was like playing really good football.
You're going to make me hate the kid. I hate Tom
No,
Papley.
I hate him too. He's a flog. But when he was playing well, you were like, every time he got the ball in his hands,
You want to punch him?
No, you were you were going, oh, he's going to kick goal.
Yeah, yeah,
And
definitely.
he could be
Yep.
facing the opposite way, 45 out on the sideline, and you'll go, he's going to kick goal in.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
That's where I see him.
Yeah, got a whole crop of 19-year-olds. The other one that I think is probably a little bit heavier as a favourite for the rising star is Taj Houghton. So he had an interrupted 18-year season and then got drafted as an injured player, waited till the mid-year, and then they released him as a half forward. He is crafty. He is very, very silky. Another one that's played a bit of footy, Luke Traynor, more of a defender. I think they're playing him up on a wing, like a tall wingman this year. Another one, Josh Smiley. He's your Tom Green comparison from GWS. So he's a big 195, big bodied. He'll fill out and develop, but he's your inside bull mid clearance player. But again, he had all of last year injured soft tissues as an 18-year-old, which is crazy. Hopefully he can string some games this year. And Harry Armstrong's a key forward.
Jeez,
so
just name their whole team, mate.
We're supposed to focus on one bloke,
Just
mate.
kick on.
I'm just telling
Kick
you,
on.
they've got a few rising stars. He was limited to 11 games, so he's not eligible for the rising star this year, but he is a rising star. Moving on to breakout contenders. This fella somewhat broke out last year for me, Sam Banks. It was an opening there with Daniel Rioli, even Liam Baker departing the club, and there was a heavier reliance on Jaden Short to be a running defender, like a half-back distributor.
Yep.
Jaden Short did a calf, was out for 4 to 6. And then this kid here came in, Sam Banks. He's 22 years old this year, had a role change, went to a half-back. Everyone was going, Jaden who? Like, this guy's our new distributor. He's had a whole pre-season training in that position.
Yep.
He's ready to go that next level.
What's the next level for him look like? Is he, like, because he's averaging 21, so he's already pretty handy. And he's got 411 metres gained. So
Yeah.
as a defender,
good. That's
that's
good
already
numbers.
pretty solid.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
So,
I think that, like what we talked about with Josh Dacos.
just more consistent, or like
So
you want him
consistent.
a few
Now
more-
that he can sink his teeth into the role, I genuinely see a 25 and 500.
Yeah.
500 metres gained, 25 touches.
Yep.
you're getting right up there. Like,
That's all Australian,
squad level. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where
Yeah.
I think he will get this year.
Yeah, nice.
Under pressure for me is a bloke that's had a bit of off-field drama. Couldn't play last year. In certain times, Noah Bolter. Now 26 years old, 194 centimetres, but an athletic 194. So he's not a big mid or anything. But he's a key position that can run fast, jump high, and he's strong as an ox. So hopefully you put all that stuff behind him, because I feel like Noah Bolter's been in the system for 15 years.
I agree. I was going to say I feel like he should have retired after the premierships.
Yeah. So he's 26 years old. To me, I think that they could turn him into Alex Rance. Now, Alex Rance wasn't a 200-centimetre fullback. Alex Rance was an uber athletic, strong key defender that was around that same size. And look, they've tried him as a forward. They've tried him in the back line. They've tried him as a pinch-hitting ruck. I just think you put him down back and let him see ball, get ball. And he's a competitive beast as well. So what position they'll call home for him this year, I would like him to play key back. It'd be interesting to see.
I think he's lost without the like players that have left.
Well, now he has to be that.
Yeah, and I don't think he
the old-
can do it. Like I think that their spine that they had during that run made him form into a structure that really suited him. Just even on field stuff, like I never saw him lose his cool as much as what he did a lot of the time last year. People got under his skin last year.
Yeah.
When he played, and he never did that when you're running around with Dusty.
Yeah, that's
and stuff,
right.
Obviously.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you.
No.
Plus, you were winning a lot.
Yeah.
So losing football can tend to really, challenge somebody's character.
Yep.
I think that he's got potential. Can he help these young kids? For my bold call, David King's Ferraris are still of the Matchbox variety. All right. So remember the little Matchbox cars? So there was a famous song. They were only 19, or I was only 19, about the war. These kids,
Red Gum?
yeah.
Yep.
These kids are only 19. So let's just simmer on the expectations of saying they're Ferraris, because you've got 19-year-olds training against 19-year-olds. Let them play a bit of footy, get a bit of footy under their belt, see what that's like coming up against season pro. It's the same thing with all of these teams that you watch in pre-season, and they're lighting up the track. But they're playing against the B side.
Yeah.
So most of the time the coaches is going, righto, these are my 22 that I'm playing. These are my fringe players. You guys shirts inside out. You guys shirts on. Like just that's the type of environment. So it might have looked like they were Ferraris, but just Kingy, simmer. Yeah. They're,
Let's not take
Watch
on,
him get in the comments. Shut up, mate.
Oh yeah,
Who
let's
are
not
you?
take on Kingy right now. Yeah.
I'll see you in the car park. It's the 90s.
I'll just run away from him.
The mighty St. Kilda Moneybags.
Mate, this is probably the team of the six we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
No pressure, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, how I want to be with St. Kilda. When the Saints go marching in.
Moneybags St. Kilda. Ross the Boss. What other nicknames do we have for him?
Zach Dawson's number one fan.
Funnily enough,
You remember Zach Dawson? Zach Dawson must have been his illegitimate love child, because he followed him everywhere.
Oh, like a puppy dog.
Yeah. Went to St Kilda and then followed him to Fremantle. He was shit there. Lost him a grand final at St Kilda. Lost him a grand final at Freo. Zach Dawson.
Well, that's why you don't
There's a
do it.
name.
That's why you don't do a training run in the morning of a grand final, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
mate,
Yep.
I think coach-wise, I don't know, it needs a bit more energy, old Ross. But when he's on Fox Footy and stuff, really smart bloke, got lots
Tactician,
of...
mate.
Yeah, really good.
I rate him. I rate him highly
Well,
as a coach.
Yeah.
we'll get on that later.
Okay.
But for my rising star, being a bit all over the shop, I wanted to go with someone a bit out of the box, but I couldn't stay away from Alex Taru.
Ooh.
Alexander Taru.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alexander.
Spell it for us.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Mate,
don't spell it.
she's
Don't.
a weird spelling.
Yeah. So, look, number 10 draft pick in the 2024 draft, 194, strong frame. He was injured with stress fractures in his back on his draft year, which is why he had the later start with only playing 10 games. In those 10 games, though, he was electric. He was just... Everyone got around him because of how he played football.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's the Flying Viking, isn't it?
Yeah, if you've played 10 games of AFL football and
And
you've got a nickname, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, versatile key position player too. Can play forward, can play back, can play mid. Strong aerial presence. He will get a Rising Star nomination very early.
How many did he play?
10.
Oh, so he qualifies.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So he will, he will get a Rising Star nomination.
He will challenge for it.
Yes, I really think he will go a long way this
Yeah.
year. He will light up their back line and actually give them some presence down there, which they
Yep.
need. Then with my breakout player, pretty easy, Hugo Garcia.
Yes. Yep.
So,
Well, they've
Oh,
got.
hang on. There was a slight pause there, and you're like the guy.
Well, I don't know.
That's like saying to a guy, okay.
Good chat.
Yeah, that's you. That was what that was.
that's what happened on the podcast.
Yeah,
So it's-
exactly.
No, okay. So there was a thing that happened last year with the sub rule where poor old Hugo, Saints were getting belted
Yep.
in the, I think in the first quarter they were 5 or 6 goals down. I don't know what Hugo did that morning to piss off Ross the boss, but he got subbed out of the game at quarter time. Not injured or anything like that, just made to sit there. You've been a naughty boy, get in the corner. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're 6 goals down. It's not poor old Hugo's fault. So where he sits in Ross's mind, I just want to know what role you think he's going to break out in.
What stats have we got?
Yeah, he's nearly averaging 16 and 4 clearances. So as a midfielder, like that's not too bad considering he's only 20. But he is above average in tackles at like nearly 6 tackles. So like he's genuinely a solid performer midfield wise. You'd like to see that, break out and sort of get above 20 and, hit the scoreboard maybe.
Well, he's got one thing there that it doesn't tell you about the stats. He's a left footer.
Oh, of course you do.
So I like him. But no, he's got the attributes that Ross wants, all right? So you have a look at that midfield that's coming through. Wanganeen Millera, leg speed. Windhager, leg speed. Garcia, leg speed. So he's
Quick.
electric quick.
Yep.
Even I think Darcy Wilson's another young guy that I think has got elite leg speed that could really develop this year for him on a half-forward wing. So he fits the mould. I think he's got to try and push Jack McRae out and try and find a spot in there.
I loved him at the Dogs. I thought I was so angry when we let him go.
Yeah.
But is he, at the moment, a good fit for that team?
No, because Ross wants runners.
Yes, and I think that if you get rid of Jack Steele, you're getting rid of Jack McRae.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're the same footballer.
Yep.
Nearly, I would say that Jack has a better leg than Steele.
Yes. Yep.
But
Because he's a left footer.
This guy.
What you guys keep talking about footballers.
he knows every left footer in the comp.
I'm just letting you know. It's not my fault that all the ones you want to talk about are left footers, all right?
But look, talking of a bold call, the end of the line is what I have for my bold call.
The end of the line?
The
end of line.
Lion, the end of the lion.
Oh, L-Y-O-N. Sorry.
Yes.
I was like, what line are we drawing?
Yes.
I'll have to type that in and write up and text me.
This is his last chance. He has put a full house on the table. He has.
Well, the list manager did that.
What at one point wasn't he the club president, list manager?
Oh, 10 hats. We call him 10 hats.
Yeah. So look, he has built a super team. They've opened the war chest up. If he doesn't come out with anything from this, at least in the next 3 years, I don't know how long he's contracted for, but if he doesn't do anything at the moment with that team that he has, you've got to ring alarm bells, right?
Yeah.
You're probably not doing that off one season. You're probably giving it another, say, 2 more seasons because they've got a few ins this year. You'd like to see a definite improvement, but you're not expecting them to go and be 5th.
You'd love to see this list with a healthy Max King.
Yeah.
Like Max King, you get that in there as well, and it gives you a bit more flexibility to play Rowan Marshall at centre half forward.
Yep.
I just think I'm a huge fan of St Kilda this year. I genuinely have them top 8 and climbing because of the rule changes and what he's doing. The way that he set this team up to be a run and carry, they've gone out, they've paid Nass a big sum of money and put him in the midfield where he can use his leg speed and just be explosive out of the clearance. They've surrounded him with Tom de Koning. So it was like Ross knew these rules were coming when they first went, hold on, we need an athletic ruck. So they went out and got, besides Luke Jackson, the most athletic ruck.
Yep.
So I think that the new ruck rule is tailor-made to de Koning, and I think he's in for a big year. As long as Rowan Marshall stays forward, I think that'll be fine. And Rowan Marshall was recruited as a forward. He didn't play in the ruck in his junior years.
He didn't.
I genuinely think I like him across the board. They're all athletic, quick footballers.
Well, they finished 12th last year. What successful fight? They just make the 8? So if say they finished 9th, are we going,
Nah.
that's an improvement. They're progressing up. Or if you don't make the 8 based on the ins you got, you've you've dropped the ball.
Yeah.
You've dropped
As you
the ball.
said, like 3 years, I think 3 years is a good gauge for him. But I think after 3 years, if you haven't made top four with that team, I think you need to probably look at something in your system that's wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's an elite team. It is an elite team.
I think a pass mark for the first year of this experiment would be make the 8, win the first final.
I do seriously think this is either a top 4, top 6 team, or it's a bottom 10 because they won't mould together.
Well, you've covered every position on the ladder, so
yeah.
well done.
But they genuinely,
maths.
So that is my under pressure is the big two. You got TDK, you got Nazire. Now, I know that you just went on your little spiel because you're a little fanboy about him, but
Left footer.
We're going to put a little counter up here.
yeah.
How many times?
It's like Mike
there's 20
Kalachi,
left footers in the AFL. We've spoken about 19 of them.
Yeah, and my Kalachi will be a counter, and then that'll pop up.
I think left footers are smoking your
I
Kalachi at the
agree.
moment.
But I do not think that they are worth 1.75 and 2 million.
Yeah, it's a tough one because the whole salary cap situation in the AFL at the moment, you're going to see more of it.
I agree.
So obviously Nick Dacos was the first big money guy. You're about to see Zach Butters, and then you're about to see someone like Zach Bailey, and they're about to get some open checkbooks.
Yeah.
It's just the way of the league at the moment. Obviously, salary cap's expanding, viewership's up. The sport's as popular as it ever has been. Yeah. There's more bums on seats, so the AFL's happy to splurge a bit of money. Although I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on it, but I think that TDK and NAS have taken up something like 30% of St Kilda's salary cap.
That's gnarly.
Now, if you've got 38 players on your list and 2 of them are taking up 30%.
I don't know if it'd be that high. Salary cap's 18 mil.
18? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but in saying that, you nearly said nearly 3 million, like two.
Nearly 4. So 1.7 and 2 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nearly 4. So, but you're nearly at, what's that, like 20%?
Yeah.
That's a lot of, that's a fifth of your whole salary cap on 2 blokes. And like Toto's saying, you got another 40 blokes to fit in.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You're putting your eggs in the basket.
Well, I just think, I understand we had a little chat earlier and you said it was a good call that 2 million is a new million.
Yeah.
I get that, but if when I'm thinking of a breakout player, you said Nick Dacos, 100% I would be like, yep, throw the checkbook at him when he was like that age.
Yeah.
Throw it at him, give him whatever he wants, right? I don't look at Nazire in 3 seasons and go, yeah, throw the checkbook at him. He is my staple player. He's my Bontempelli. I don't look at him and go, I don't look at him and do that. He's my Nick Dacos.
I think they looked at that one game that he played against Melbourne.
Yeah.
Where he came out and kicked 4 goals in the last quarter, had 12 touches and just went...
But he did nothing for the first 3 quarters.
Oh, he still had 36
Yeah,
or something. Like, he was still elite, but don't get me wrong, but there's potential on that. Now, we're not talking about a Geelong, a Collingwood that have been in the top 8 and you go, oh, yeah, cool, it's just expected or it's okay. We're talking about a struggling team like St Kilda that have not won a final or won a grand final. They're the longest gap between premierships, right?
Yep.
They're
I think it's like 60 something.
50 something years since they've won a flag. If you're sitting here, you need a fan base, and the fans are sitting here going, we love Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller. Are you going to let him walk to Adelaide? And then let's say he takes Adelaide, who were just the minor premiers. You chuck that Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller into Adelaide, and then he goes out and wins a North Smith medal for him.
Yeah, but I'm not going, if my player is going, like as a fan, if my player goes, I'm leaving because of money, I would go...
Yeah, you're dead to me.
Yeah, you're dead to me. Like, what...
He's hardcore. Look out, doggies players.
Here's a call for you. Well, if they're going to spend $2 million on him and he's happy to take $2 million of the salary cap, how about this? Why did he not say, okay, I'm going to go on a 1-year extension right, for $1 million. If you can go land Zach Butters the next year, you have $1 million to play with that I would have got. There's $1 million to give him straight up.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you have Butters,
Or back end it.
Nazire.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
I'll tell you the reason. What if Nazire Wanganeen-Miller, touch wood, because I don't want to see it, but he suffers a serious injury this year and it rules him out of a contract year. He now says, no more $2 million. Yeah, cool. You might have told me I was going to get that. Look, mate, you're 25, you're coming off an ACL or you've broken your leg and there's a history of players not coming back the same. We're just not willing to give you that $2 million. So he thinks he's done the right thing by the football club to help them out, but then he gets injured.
yeah.
Yeah? So to me, as a player agent, I'm striking while the iron's hot. You are the hottest property in the AFL right now. I'm shopping you around to see who wants to spend the money.
But isn't that where Nazire should step in and say, I want to win a premiership? Do you like this is where I'm getting at with these players now.
Well, if he wants to win a premiership, he wouldn't have stayed with St Kilda.
That's fair. They're not winning it.
Yeah.
Well, they might,
Well,
mate.
No,
they
but
could,
like, you know what I mean? Like, we're saying now they're a riser, but if his mindset was, I don't care about the money, like, yeah, I
I
just
could probably
think,
get $1 million and go to Collingwood or
well,
to
I think
Cairns.
Adelaide were offering him 1.6. So, yeah, look, there's still $400,000 a year, but Adelaide were the minor premiers. Now, you look at that and go, oh, I could be 1.6 on that side and they're already winning, and then I come in and I'm just the cherry on top.
I still think that St Kilda, with that team that they have, that list that they have now, I would say that they're nearly closer than what Adelaide is.
To a flag,
Yeah.
I'm just going to process this.
Yeah.
They're a minor premier. Yes, they've come from... No, I think you're incorrect.
We talked about it on the first. They did not shock anyone getting knocked out in straight sets because no one expected them to be minor premiers.
I only said you're incorrect because I'm scared of all my Adelaide friends.
yeah. But that's the thing. I just really don't.
They need to start experiencing wins. They need to
Yes.
experience what a win feels like and then grow from there because right
culture
now, they
then-
don't know what it's like to win. Over to you, Mossy. Who you got?
Hey, mate, I reckon I'm not a big fan of the Swans, and you've stitched me up. I told you that. What team don't you want? I don't really want the Swans. You give me the Swans.
You get the Swans. You get the Swans.
And he's like, oh, no, I really want to talk about these two teams. So the Swans were left. So here you go. This guy.
Cheer, cheer the red and the white. Honour the name by day and by night. Lift that noble banner high. Shake down the thunder from the sky.
All right, so Swannies, they finished 10th last year. You know, rising star, I've got Jai Sarong, key defender, 22. Drafted in 2021, but just couldn't get a game at the Hawks because they had Tom Barras, Josh Battle, and James Sicily. Like, he just couldn't get a gig. So I feel like now that he's moved over to the Swans, he did have a breakout season already in the VFL for Box Hill. Like, he crushed it. So he's come over to the Swans. He averaged 21 disposals, 7 marks. He's in the VFL Team of the Year, and he's the Box Hill BNF.
Yeah.
So coming over to the Swans, you're like, mate, that is rock solid. So I think he's going to be the rising star, and yeah, I think he'll be rock solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. You from all reports about his defender,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
beast.
And the best part for him is he's gone from training at Hawthorn to training at Sydney, and guess who he matches up on?
Charlie Curnow.
Charlie Curnow. So there's reports there where like him and Curnow have been going at
Yeah.
it.
Oh, there was a video. They were
Yeah.
like bashing each other.
Yeah,
Oh,
so be wary of the chip on this kid's shoulder. I think he's sitting here going, hold on, I've cut my teeth in the VFL. What more do I have to do?
Yeah.
Fine, I'll leave. And I think with Sydney, now you've got Dane Rampy, ageing defender. Callum Mills can't stay healthy. There's a couple other key defenders there that I think he slips in. Like at that age, I love the situation he's in.
Yeah. So I think he'll go bang, and he should be super solid.
Yep.
Right, so breakout contender is Angus.
Contender.
Fucking shut up. Breakout contender, Angus Sheldrick.
You right there, mate?
You right, mate?
Sorry, he's just speaking tongues.
What?
Contender.
I didn't say contender.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
You did.
All right, I'll start again for the
Come on,
fifth time.
please,
Fuck
just get it
this
right.
guy. All right.
Red leather, yellow leather.
All right, so breakout contender. So Angus Sheldrick. Just call him Gus.
Gus?
Yeah,
Gus.
Big Gus in the mid. So he was the sub on 7 occasions in 2025. Take away those sub games, get rid of those. And he's averaging 20 with a season high 26 versus Brisbane in round 22. You know, good team, showed that he can win the pill. And, you know, he's still averaging 16 even with those sub games. So I think that, you know, he's looking really solid. He also, season high 6 clearances versus Geelong in round 23, like, mate. So I think.
Imagine being a sub 7 times.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Sorry, I'm just, in my head, I'm like, he's a left footer.
As soon as you looked at me, I knew I was like, oh, I was going to say it.
Yeah, so I think, you know, you're coming off round 22, round 23, you play Brisbane, you play Geelong, you have probably 2 of your best games of the season, really show what you can do.
Against good midfielders.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then, like, I just think when given the opportunity, he can expand his experience and confidence, and we should see him break out to the next level. You know, and he played 4 games in the VFL where he averaged 25. You know, and again, we've talked about the VFL as a solid competition, so he's finding the footy.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be.
No more sub.
It frees up the likes of Heaney to play forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just becomes Sheldrick, Warner, maybe Goulden, or is Goulden on a wing? Yeah. But yeah,
Gordon's got to
he
stay
should,
healthy.
yeah, he should have. Yeah, he should have.
I think that's a good call there, Heaney, going forward, because he is from a midfield perspective, he's probably the most dangerous in front of goal.
He's a matchup nightmare.
Like,
Absolutely.
It's in dispute. Then he comes out. He's got it. He's having a shot.
Yeah.
He takes a good mark. He's down there tackling. So I think any time they can give Heaney more minutes down there, especially now with Curnow coming in, like they're going to bang more goals on.
Is he the best marking medium forward?
I wouldn't even call him medium. He's small. Well, he's not that small, but like he it's weird. He plays like he's 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Like he's 7 foot tall. On the ground, he's one of the plays like Eddie Betts.
Yeah.
Like
Just X factor.
he's-
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him because I don't think he's ever going to get the recognition that he actually deserves. Like he'll get all Australian Blazers, but I don't think he won't poll high in the Brownlow and stuff like that.
He's pretty much been their most important player for the last 5 years.
100%.
Mate, he's 185. That's not small.
Oh, it's like we're talking
It's
about a lot
borderline
of
small.
194s.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So,
Well, for a guy that is only 184, like he plenty tough and gets plenty of footy.
yeah, absolutely.
Hard to tackle. We talked about Gary Ablett Jr. and a few comparisons of that sort of a few of those blokes that are hard to tackle. He's in that group. So I think if he can go forward more, Gus goes into the middle, gets more minutes, Sydney, that'll be a win for Sydney.
Yep.
So under pressure, I've got Logan McDonald. So he's a key forward. He's coming off 2025 where he was out for the season. He had a significant ankle injury, so he didn't play. But I reckon he's under pressure because they've already got quite a solid outfit. Like their forward line's already pretty solid. You know, you've got the arrival of Curnow, you've got healthy Papley, you've got Isaac Heaney, you've got Joel Amati as a ruck forward. So I just think, dude, like they're already so solid down there. I think he's going to struggle to fit back in with the arrival of Curnow and the other bigs that are down there.
Well, Amati plays their ruck forward role. So, and the other one there as well that played last year a bit, and I think he kicked like 30 goals, is Hayden McLean.
Yep.
So he was also playing a bit of ruck forward as well. So, you bang on because I don't consider Heaney a small. I think that you play Heaney as a tall as well.
Yep.
So, I'm trying to think of who else rounds out that forward line.
One of them has to turn into a ruck out of those 3 because you got Curnow now.
Yeah.
So you're not playing.
Curnow's not. Well,
that's
Curnow
what I
won't
think.
ruck.
That's what I mean. You're not playing for. Like you're not. You're now. You've got to look at yourself and go, okay, I'm probably out of those three, I'm rating Amadi a better prospect in terms of the future that he has as a forward over Logan McDonald and McLean.
Yeah.
So one of those two has to become a ruck.
Yeah.
So
I think Logan McDonald will head west soon enough.
Yeah.
He's a WA boy. I think that with Charlie coming in, he's had enough years in the system. He was a former first round draft pick, early draft pick as well, like top 5, I think. And he just hasn't really. I think he's had 1 or 2 years of 30 goals. And then apart from that,
Yeah, but I feel like if you're a key forward, 30 goals is underperforming.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
you got Charlie coming in, 3 seasons ago where he's coming off 80 and like high 60s. So your 30 goals, Papley's kicking more goals than you. Like that's just I don't see. him getting it.
Well, I don't think he fits because you've already got Curnow a key, Amadi a key, maybe McLean or Heaney is another key, and then you've got Papley, Braden Campbell's another sort of forward there that they'll roll through. So, I just don't know if they've got... Oh, and then they picked up Malcolm Roses Jr. from Gold Coast Suns, who's a real live wire small forward.
he's been... I thought, I could be completely wrong, I thought I saw a post earlier this morning that he's been playing back.
Oh, they're trying to get some run.
Yes.
I haven't seen that one.
I thought I saw that this morning because I was shocked when I saw it, but that rings a bell. I think it was a post this morning they put up. He played back and he was impressive.
Yeah.
So, but I could be completely wrong. missing the cue,
We'll fact
but
check you, mate.
We'll fact check. Yep, fact check me.
Right.
Tell me.
It'd be rare for you to be wrong.
Oh, it's hard. it's hard always being right. It's hard.
Yeah, right.
Malcolm Rose is a left footer too.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so bold call.
Yep.
Charlie makes Sydney forget about Buddy.
Hey!
Right, so, I remember 2022, Buddy kicks 1,000 goals against the Mighty Cats. It's crazy, pandemonium. They probably struggled up forward since and haven't really had that explosive forward, like banging goals. Like they share it around a fair bit and everyone contributes a solid amount, but they don't just have someone going, give me the footy, I'm going to bang 50 to 60, 70, 80 goals this year. So I think he just comes in and their sort of Buddy hangover starts to soften. He has a good year. If he came out and kicked, sort of 60-ish goals, that'd be a solid number as a first season. And what Carlton finished last year, like 13th or whatever, these guys finished 10th. They're getting way better entry. They're getting more entry, I
know they finished 10th, but let's talk about this. Errol Goulden was out for the first 12 weeks.
The way he looks.
He's one of the best footballers in the competition.
Yeah.
Then you've got Callum Mills who couldn't get his body right.
No.
Right? So there's another one. Nick Blakey's had to play key defender when he's a running half-back.
Yep.
So if you now get Jai Sarong into that side to play key post with Melican with McCartan. McCartan's even better than Melican.
Warner had a hangover.
Yeah, Warner was hit and miss. But I mean, and Warner he's a flat track bully. Like when they're in front,
he's up and about.
He's up and about. When it's a bit hard, I think he goes missing. But so you throw them in and then you free up the likes of the Lizard to play that running half back, and you're a different side. Hey, they were a dangerous side the year before.
I think he'll win the Coleman.
Yeah.
He'll definitely be in contention, 100%.
Yeah, my multi's got him in it, and I think that Sydney will be a top 6 side.
Yeah, I was about to say. I reckon they should, with everyone being fit and getting Curnow in, you'd want to be 5th, 6th or above.
Yeah.
That's where they need to be.
And I know we touched on it with Carlton when we talked about them, but look at Charlie Curnow.
He looks jacked.
He looks big.
He's been
big.
swimming.
He looks fit.
He's swimming at the beach.
Yeah. He looks fit. He looks big. And I don't think that's a culture change. That's not a culture change thing. That is a fitness coach, fitness
system. You think
system that has caused him to become an absolute animal.
But I also think at Carlton, other than Harry and Charlie, no one was really that dangerous. You knew the ball was going to those two boys, realistically. Whereas these guys, their whole 6, even minus a couple, maybe minus one small, you got 5 genuine options that can be a hit-up target and be dangerous in front of the scoreboard. So you're not just going, it's going to Charlie. oh, it could be going to Heaney. Oh, it could be going this bloke. So I think that confusion in the back line then allows them to, I guess, take advantage of that confusion amongst the back line and actually get Charlie free and go bang. And they'll block and work out little things to get him a little bit of space so that he can go out and kick goals and take a mark. But yeah, I think
you got Patrick Cripps, who just hacks the footy out of the middle.
Yeah.
George Hewitt's not a great user of the football. Sam Walsh is also not a great user of the footy. I mean, there was
Just
a training.
Carlton in general.
Yeah, there was a training clip of them missing targets. And now you've got Errol Goulden hitting you on the tit
from 50.
It's a different dynamic. And yeah, he's primed for a huge
I have
year.
a bold call that you guys will like. Papley goes missing.
No.
Oh, I already love that.
Yeah.
I already love that.
He won't know what to do with Charlie
Not being a
Curnow.
focal point.
Yep. He'll get lost in the pockets.
Yeah.
He'll start to lead out there.
He'll get cranky.
He'll get mad. He'll get cranky because he's not getting the footy.
Yeah.
And then he'll kick one magical goal and think he's on top of the world. And then Charlie Curnow will kick five.
Well,
and
especially
then
because
papers.
I probably see if Gus plays more minutes in the middle and Heaney spends more time forward, I feel like if Heaney's spending more time down there, he's pushing Papley out.
Yep.
And being like, oi, like get out of my space. So he'll be around the fringes. He might get a few crumbs here and there, but I don't see him having the season like he's had.
Yep.
Speaking of crumbs, West Coast.
Yeah,
picking up the crumbs of everyone else.
Just ease up on my West Coast boys. No.
Oh.
We're the Eagles, the West Coast Eagles, and we're here to show you why. We're the big birds, kings of the big game. We're the Eagles, we're flying high.
Righto, West Coast Eagles boys haven't been relevant since Ben Cousins.
Poor Jesus. Mate, they won a flag in like 2016 or something.
I've had many Collingwood friends tell me that Dom Sheed played on.
That's just a Collingwood supporter, isn't it? Yeah, any excuse under the sun to why they lost.
I suppose, yeah. No, look, they go in dribs and drabs. They've been down for a little bit. They've got the number one pick, which is my rising star, Willem Dersma. Hard to go past him for a rising star. He's a bit of he's got the size and athleticism to play all over the ground. Half back, great intercept, sort of running half back. Wingman, half forward, can take a nice contested mark up forward as well. I think they'll release him off a half back early, just to sort of cut his teeth a little bit and get to know the system. They won't throw him in the coalface, and they also don't need to. I'll talk about why a bit later on. But he appears to be the best of his family, which is pretty impressive because his pedigree is not too bad. His brother Xavier plays for Essendon. We covered Zane Dersma, who plays for North Melbourne, and his sister Yasmin plays for Carlton in the AFLW. So that's look, she could probably play for Carlton in the men's too. Who knows?
Probably has a better leg.
So I think that he's got all the attributes. I believe he's slightly taller than his other brothers. Again, going into a system like West Coast, it's rebuilding. It's got to be hard when you're sort of the top dog. You know, it's like you're the top dog in year 7, and then you go to high school the next year, and it's just been intimidating.
Yeah.
For us little fellas.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting. There's going to be a lot of eyes on him.
Yeah.
It's always the way with number 1 picks, though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's right. Yeah. So that's my rising star. They haven't really got too many others that are screaming out. For me, they've got obviously they've had a couple of number 1 picks prior to that. So Harley Reid can sort of show him the ropes. Harley Reid turned around and said, "I don't want to go home." Everyone thought that he'd get a bit homesick and he'd want to come home, but he seems to be taking the bull by the horns and he's having a ripping pre-season. So hopefully he can sort of guide Willem around and show him the ropes, because Willem's obviously not a WA boy, so they've taken a punt there and gone, come across.
Well, the other thing about William, get your thoughts.
It's Willem.
Willem, yeah, Willem.
Get it right.
Willem. Sorry, Will.
Christina's is a lovely house.
It's Christina's. Are you stupid or are you deaf?
Christina, you idiot! You come to our house,
You get my wife's name right.
What?
Christina.
Sorry,
Mate,
William.
he's very much a bit of a doppelganger for old Cameron Ling. Could be.
Jeez.
That's not a.
That's
That's a bit
not
of a
a
drive-by.
compliment.
Sorry, Willem.
That's not a... Yeah, so Willem Dersma, Rising Star. Will he win it? No, he won't. He won't win the Rising Star.
Whoa, man. One
No.
drive-by is enough.
William win it. No.
No. Willem win it?
Willem win it.
No, so obviously Jagger Smith's red hot favourite for it.
Yeah.
Your man.
Yeah, I think this year he'll go off a half back. He'll average 16, have 6 marks, which is pretty good for a rookie.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to breakout contender. Now, a reason why Willem can cut his teeth on a half back line is because this guy has now gone into the midfield, and that is Tom McCarthy. So Tom McCarthy, 25-year-old, was last year's prized mid-season draft pick. So he's come from nowhere. 2 years ago, he was playing like country football. And then...
Was he
Like,
still
like in
playing?
a decent league or like just out in the sticks?
Ovens Murray, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it was still a good league.
Yeah.
But he's not playing state league football. Like he's not playing VFL for anybody.
Yeah, just get
so he's pretty much gone from that and just gone.
Skip that,
Yeah,
went straight-
he went into one. He played 1 year of VFL footy and then just went nuts. Basically, he's a speedster in his debut year. Hit the ground running. Averaged 23 touches, 470 metres gained, which is a lead off a half back. So if Willem can come out and deliver half of that, well, then he's well on his way.
Yep.
So obviously 25 years old, different story, a bit more mature body. He's gone into the midfield this year, and by all accounts, he's dominated both the intra-club matches, playing against West Coast Eagles reserve grade, but he showed enough. At the end of the year, he went into the midfield and showed some promise there. So they've obviously gone into that. So, yeah, the final 3 games went into the midfield. 187 centimetres, so pretty big midfielder.
Yep.
So you put him next to a Harley Reid, who's similar size, big frame. Yeah.
You know, one thing I've noticed that, we've gone through all these teams. We're talking about a lot of these guys have started out as midfielders, and we're talking about them playing half back, forward pocket, back pocket,
Yeah.
like wing, like. Is it a midfield like 187 centimetres? Is it just, are we turning into just a big...
Athletic.
Yeah, dude.
Like-
Well, you think about it. There wouldn't be many blokes going into the draft, like getting picked up early, that are like half back.
Yeah.
That just like it's key position guys, rucks and midfielders.
Yeah.
They're the hot 3 in the
Well, you
draft.
have a look at it. I mean, like even Lockie Whitfield was the number 1 draft pick for GWS, and he was a midfielder. Played, like, was an all-Australian midfielder, came in, was a light frame, put him onto a wing, and then he's become all-Australian as a half-back, as a running half-back, because the half-back flanks in today's game are quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They just set up the play. The idea is you intercept, or you from a full-back, they play on, run, carry, and work it up the ground. So, yes, a lot of midfielders are that, and you have to be multifaceted as well. So Christian Petrarca, Gold Coast Suns, will play on a half forward, pinch hit in the midfield, get a couple of clearances here and there, and it just means that they don't have to go midfield, bench, and then you're replacing them with a second tier guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
watch out for Tom McCarthy. Gonna go pretty big this year. I also think Harley Reid's in for a big year.
Yep.
He's been in the system long enough now. He's looking. He for the last couple of years, he's looked like he's had that puppy fat still.
Yep.
Hasn't really defined, and he looks like he's been on the Reuben Ginbey protein shakes, and starting to get some muscles.
Trampoline.
Yeah, like, geez, man, have you seen that Reuben Ginbey?
Yeah.
They reckon that you don't finish developing until you're like 25 or 26. He's 22, and he looks like you would call him daddy.
That's an outrageous. That is an outrageous call. That's an outrageous call.
Yeah.
Oh,
Far out.
so you don't develop until you're 26.
Yeah,
You're
so
just
you
peaking.
saw-
You're
Got 2
peaking.
years
Yeah.
we're on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to come out
IQ was
looking
supposed to develop years ago, but that's still
going to
still
come out
waiting.
looking like prime Barry Hall. Watch me.
Okay.
Well, going back to Reed, you reckon Reed cools his head a little bit this year? Gets not
Yeah,
so
he just
sucked
seems-
into
he
the
seems like
little
he's
niggly
always got
stuff. He's
yeah.
like he's got a chip on his shoulder, like
Yep.
if you niggle me, I'll put you over the fence type thing. Like, dude, just chill.
Well, he probably
Let your
read
footy
about
do the
him.
talking.
He read about himself too much in the paper of him always
yeah.
doing the dusty fend off, and then it became like I have to do that. So he was looking to engage instead of winning football, beating his opponent. He was winning football, looking like I'm going to run towards you to palm you off, instead of trying to be more evasive.
I think Willem being there is going to just elevate Harley Reid to the next level, because it's not going to be about Harley Reid in the papers
About Willem.
anymore.
Yeah, correct.
It's going to be about Willem. So I think that's a big part of it, and exactly what you said. Like he read about himself too much.
Yeah.
And with that, them having that number 1 pick is probably like the biggest benefit to Harley Reid ever.
Yeah.
Because it's no longer going to be the Harley Reid show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they want to get him up and about, because they had some inconsistencies in their midfield last year, West Coast. So
Yep.
if they get Dersma up and about
Yeah.
over the next year or two, he might transition into the midfield. Harley's like, 23, 24. Ders is like 20, 21. You got
Yeah.
2 young blokes, future of the club.
Well, the other one in there is Jack Graham from Richmond.
Yeah.
So he moved over last year. Again, triple premiership winning player with the Tigers, comes across, that was part of the exodus from Richmond. So he gives them a bit of experience and go, hey boys, this is what you have to do to win games of football. And so hopefully they learn a few things there. Under pressure, I've gone for 3 guys. I'm a bit greedy.
Going to be here all night.
No, there's not much to really talk about. But Harry Schoenberg, Finlay McRae, and Devon Robinson. All right, so these are 3 guys there that West Coast have picked up. They've all struggled. Harry Schoenberg, 24 years old, from Adelaide Crows. Finlay McRae, 23, from Collingwood. And then you've got Devon Robinson, 23, from Brisbane Lions. Obviously couldn't cut that side.
Yep.
So they've all been playing VFL. Devon Robinson crushes the VFL. Harry Schoenberg's been playing sample footy. I think Schoenberg's, what have I got? Schoenberg's played 62 games of football. So he did get a bit of a crack, and then obviously they found Rochelle, Rankin, Dawson, even Saligo, these guys here from Adelaide that have just pushed him out.
Yep.
So these 3 guys, I'll put them under pressure because this is their lifeline. If you couldn't make it in a top 8 side, trying to crack the midfield, but if you go to a wooden spoon team and you can't help them in a certain way, I think you might just be destined to play state league football.
I think Dev Robinson, honestly, it's going to be interesting to see another one. Like, you've come from the creme de la creme of structure, of culture,
Yeah.
of the works. You've just come to the worst side in the comp.
Yeah.
I feel like he got his rig out once. Everyone raved
They
about
ripped
him.
off his jersey in the game, yeah.
And his head went, I am the best player in the comp.
Yeah.
It's just not the case.
His VFL numbers are very good.
Yes, I
But
agree.
again, how many times do you see that? The guys, they might go out and have 40 in the
Yep.
VFL and then come out and have 12 in the AFL.
Exactly.
There's a leap to the VFL and then there's a leap to the AFL.
Yep.
But he's stuck on 47 games. So again, a lot of experience there. And McRae, 21 games. I thought McRae was a bit hard done by
agree.
at Collingwood. He had the leg speed that they needed, but for some reason they just kept on going the old heads. I really thought that they could have given him a bit more of a crack.
I thought they would have gave him a lifeline. Like for McRae, to go, hey, look, we have these old lads here. Stick it out for another 2 years. We'll 2-year contract.
Yeah.
Pendlebury retires, Sidebottom retires, opens up a massive gap for him to actually go and play.
Yeah.
He could become that new halfback role
Yeah.
that Pendlebury
Yeah.
will be playing this year. So, definitely hard done by.
Yeah.
100% hard done by.
Yeah, so to me, my bold call for the West Coast Eagles, Harley Reid puts the AFL world on notice. I'm not leaving, like the Wolf of Wall Street. He is in WA, he's making a home of it. He wants to see it through. I think that, yeah, he will be in that number 9 for West Coast for the rest of his career. And, yeah, good on him as well. I like a kid that gets drafted somewhere and sticks it out.
Yeah.
None of these... Look, yeah, we all get a bit homesick when we're young and stuff, but
Mate, toughen up.
at the end of the day, you make your best friends at football clubs. On to your boys.
The doggies.
Doggies.
Sons of the West, red, white, and blue. We come out snarling, Bulldogs through and through.
Rising star, can't get nominated for it. Riley Sanders. So I also think the Dogs are going to try really hard to lock him down. He's a midfielder, young midfielder. He's can play on the wing. His temperament and attitude probably needs work. He thinks that he's owed more than what he probably is at his age, I think.
It'd be tough to, Daddy Beveridge, you'd be a tough critic, eh?
I'm sorry, but when you look at the midfield that he's trying to break into and he's complaining about being the sub, man, you can't, and you're a young player, bide your time.
But there's far worse players in that doggy side that could have been sub.
Who?
Ryan Garcia.
No, I agree. Garcia's a flog.
Who? Oh, this guy. Yeah, actually, yeah.
But
Should I coach your team for you?
but different position.
It is a different position.
Position.
Yeah, there's...
Name a midfielder, half forward more, that you...
Vandermeer?
Nah, impact player.
Yeah, impact player. Bring him on as a sub and let him kick 3 goals because he's a small forward. You're right, I should coach Western Bulldogs.
No, oh, jeez. If you coach Western Bulldogs, they'll just all be... You wouldn't have let Jack McRae go.
No, he's a left footer.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom Liberatore, Bontempelli.
But so, look, with it, I really do... he is going to be headhunted heavily.
Who by?
Tassie.
Yeah.
He's a Tassie boy.
He is.
So Tassie will go hard for him. I think he's actually a smoky. Everyone's going on, they're going to look for Nick Dacos. They're going to throw money at him.
When they strike out on those guys.
I don't think so. I think they'll go for him.
Yeah.
He hasn't got ties. He doesn't have to. There's already been a fractured relationship there.
So you know what it reminds me of? The Tassie Devils reminds me of when GWS came about. I know Gold Coast came about and they went after and got Nathan Bock. They went Campbell Brown, Josh Fraser, all these old 32-year-olds. GWS went a different route. They got Callum Ward, Phil Davis, Heath Shaw, who was still somewhat young. Well, maybe not Heath Shaw, but those other 2 boys were young. So they came in as 22-year-olds. When all these young crops, all these young draftees were coming in as mature footballers now, these older guys are now a prime age as well. I think Tassie, if what you're saying is correct, you're going to get Colby McKercher, Sanders, or Sanders? Yeah, Sanders. You're going to get those 2 boys, and they're at that age.
Yeah,
they're at that 22, 23. They'll be able to hit the ground running for Tassie and then all their young draft picks as well. So it's a good shout. That's who I'd be going for.
And it wouldn't surprise me as well is this next player, Joel Fraser.
Oh, as a rising star? Or...
No, for breakout.
Oh, yes.
He's going to have a breakout year. But it would not surprise me if Tassie go and hit Riley Sanders, Joel Fraser. You want to come over? Come on, here's the money.
Yeah.
Young players.
What do they call him? They nickname him Mini Bond.
Mini Bond, which very similar. If you look at Bond when he was younger and get a side-by-side of him being younger and then the Joel Fraser in his highlights,
because he's been playing a bit of half-back, hasn't he?
Yeah,
so
half-back.
He goes into the midfield this year, you reckon?
Rolls into the midfield. The only thing I'd say is his consistency is will let him down if he doesn't fix it.
Yeah.
Because when he was hot, he was 28, 30 disposals.
He had patches, didn't he? He had some good string of games.
But when he was off, he was off.
Yeah.
Very far off. So I think watch this space because he'll be huge for the Dogs this year.
Yep.
He's trademarked the mini Bond. They're pretty much pinning him up to say, you're it. You're our future. So which I know I'm moving on pretty quickly. I'm going to leave my under pressure and I'm going to go to my bold call because I spy, with my little eye, a mini rebuild.
Who they let go?
It's not the fact of them letting go. It's the fact of the team that they have kicking around in there.
I think they've got all the cattle to
All right.
rebuild.
They've got all the cattle to rebuild, correct. I did have the best 22.
Yeah.
Let me get that
So
up real
I
quick.
think that you're. I think one there that you've got the big fella up forward, Sam Darcy.
Yep.
That's your pillar that you build around. Yes. I think you've got your mini Bolt Fraser.
Yep.
There's another forward there that could have been in your rising star in Jordan Croft. So Jordan Croft, another father-son.
Yep.
Another key forward, nowhere near as big as Darcy, but I still think he's 198 or 200 or something.
Yep.
He played a couple of games last year. I think he had a bag of 3 in one of them, and he might have been a sub in another. And he's got some athletic attributes. If you put those two together,
Yep.
you're right. If they do decide to pull the trigger and rebuild, and
I don't think it's not a full rebuild. It's a under, unless you're looking at it and you're looking at the actual age of the players and who they're bringing into the team and
Yep.
who they're playing. That's when I look at it and go, that's not a. Why
Yeah.
keep Treloar out of the side?
yeah,
Last year when he was fit and raring to go, getting 40 plus disposals, dominating the VFL, and not
Yeah.
just dominating the VFL, he can also dominate the AFL. You're keeping him out of the team for younger players. What are you doing that for?
yeah.
So they posted the best 22. Connor Budrick, James O'Donnell, Lockie Bramble.
I like O'Donnell as a key defender,
Yep.
really athletic.
Yep,
Butterick's just come across from Gold Coast.
yep,
So starved, obviously he's a running half back to try and take Joe Hannison's position.
yep.
So Butterick, sorry to cut you off, but Butterick lost his spot at Gold Coast because of Dan Rioli, John Noble, a few of
list
those,
goes on.
Will Powell.
Yeah.
They're all running defenders. So, he's gone there for opportunity.
Yep. So Bailey Dale, Rory Lobb, Joel Fraser.
Oh, yeah.
Talked about Tom Murphy.
Yep.
That is the exact situation that
Lobs in.
well, he wasn't
He
until
was a
last
forward,
year.
yeah.
He was a forward. Everyone was like, mate,
guy.
you just...
I didn't mind him as a defender.
He's a great defender. It's
Yeah.
actually absurd how good of a defender he is.
Long
Yes,
arms.
long
Like
arms.
Ridiculous arms.
So Bailey Williams, Bontempelli, Sam Davidson.
Yep.
And then you go...
Doctor.
The Doctor. Adam Treloar, Aaron Norton, Matt Kennedy. Then you go Riley West, Sam Darcy. They've put Cody Waitman in here. He won't be back. He won't be
he's
back
been
for
missing.
a while.
He hasn't played in like 500 days, has he?
He's just been on his first run. I think 380.
Yeah.
Your followers: Tim English, Ed Richards, Tom Liberatore.
Yeah, still elite midfield.
Elite midfield.
I think there's a couple there that can come out.
Yes.
You don't, you've got a small forward line there, man.
No, yeah, you would put.
I would put Croft in
You'd
over...
take Waitman's out, so you put Croft in for Waitman.
Yeah. And I'd piss Vandermeer off.
Nah, man, he's
Don't rate him.
he is a pressure beast in that forward line.
You don't need him.
What do you mean?
Sam Darcy, kick it to him.
Yeah, kick it to him, but what happens when he doesn't mark it?
He will mark it.
Look,
He'll get a free kick if he doesn't mark it.
all I'm saying is you look at that team and the only thing that I see is a centre, right? I see a really solid centre and midfield squad.
Yeah.
The rest are stars here and there with a lot of young bodies coming in or a lot of new players. I sense a mini rebuild.
So who do you get rid of?
Well,
Treloar?
no, you keep...
He's 34 years old.
Yeah, but he showed last year that how good he
That
actually
his
was.
calves go on him every second week.
Look, I think he will retire at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think he's done.
He'll be gone. That'll make way for probably...
Sanders?
Sanders will go.
The problem with them, it's hard to rebuild when you are a competitive outfit. If you're playing finals footy, guess what? Your draft pick with all these academy players and father-sons and all that and all the bidding system, and if you're in the top 8, your first round draft pick's like 18 to 20.
But that's why I think they've been doing it already under our noses and we haven't really seen it. Like they finally got rid of Jamara. That's a massive hit in the salary cap.
Yeah, but it doesn't get you draft picks.
Yeah, but this is where they go on the Geelong route, right?
Against
Get on the trade bandwagon.
Go get on the trade bandwagon. They pick up, they've already picked up Connor Budrick.
Yeah.
They pick up Zach Butters. To me, the last 2 years has been hard. Like for me, yeah, there's been success.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, you've got Kane Corn saying that the list to win the premiership. No.
I think Cornsy's been on a heater this preseason.
He has been on a heater, I agree with you, but I just don't think that's the call at all. But talking about under pressure and Aaron Norton, that is my under pressure.
Aaron Norton?
How is he going to fit? He struggled last year to fit when Sam Darcy was in the team.
Yeah.
He had glimpses where he kicked 5 goals with him.
Yeah, and then actually Norton was good when Darcy went out for the 8 weeks.
Exactly. So I really think, and that's what I mean about this whole with Bont maybe pushing back to end his career as a half forward because Norton, he's just not, he can't.
They play a very similar role.
Yes.
Where they crash packs.
Yep.
They fly from 3 deep and reach over.
Yep. Except Darcy clunks him.
Oh, he's so good.
Yes. And Norton, he takes some good marks, but he might take.
Do you think Sam Darcy kicks 100 one year?
I think he'll be the next to kick 100.
Yeah, so do I.
I agree. I think he will be. And
what do you got for us, Mossy?
Oh well, I was just because I'm probably in the same boat as you when it comes to Norton. Like he's hot and cold. I don't love him. I don't think he takes enough contested marks. Like he takes some, but he's above average. He's getting 12 a game. He's laying a couple of tackles. His accuracy is 60%. He's actually taken $5 a game. That actually surprised me.
I would love to see last year's stats though, because he didn't have the thing was with this year.
Yeah.
Sam Darcy was out for 8 rounds.
Yeah.
And he exploded in those 8 rounds, and everyone was like, "Oh, Norton's back."
Yeah.
Sam Darcy came back, and it was
Norton went back into the corner.
Yeah, Norton who?
Well, he had.
I'm the captain.
He had 60 goals last year, which is pretty handy. But other than that,
in 24.
No, in 25 he had 60 goals.
Norton.
Yes. Yeah, he kicked. Yeah, he kicked
60.
Yes.
Yeah. So solid, but I think other than that, prior to 60 goals, he's got 35, 44, 51, 47.
The Dogs had the highest percentage of, I think, of any team in the
Yeah,
comp. They were like 140. Yeah.
But our back line just couldn't keep goals out.
Well, your for and against was fine, but you lost games you shouldn't have lost.
Oh, yeah.
That was the sole reason you didn't play finals.
Mate,
was
the
because
last
of that.
4 years, I tell you, I don't watch Fremantle games. Dogs versus Fremantle, we always lose. Brisbane Lion games, can't watch them because we always get a 50-point lead and then blow it. And
that sounds like Geelong.
yeah, we either lead or we either win it by 2 goals or we lose by
40.
10. Yep.
It's a bit weird. Bulldogs can't handle the lead.
Brother, this guy stinks!
That is just shocking.
That's fantastic.
but look,
How many goals did Darcy kick last year?
he would have been
48, 50?
He would have been. I thought he was up 60.
No, he kicked 48.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised because I watched a few Dogs games and I'm surprised now that I look at the numbers that Norton's actually banged 60. Probably a bit of a rough stick, actually.
No.
Now that I'm looking at it,
Yeah,
more in detail.
I was all for the under pressure, and then when I found out he kicked 60, I was like,
No.
tough crowd.
He's under pressure. I think they're going to go, okay, our premiership window is 2027, 2028. We have to win a flag.
Yeah, you want to capitalise on
Yep.
Bont. I think you're worrying a bit too much about a team that
Goes pretty deep.
were 2 wins away from
Granny.
being a team that nobody wanted to play in the finals.
I don't think anyone wants to play him still.
They had a percentage of 140. That means that the games they won by a lot. The games they lost by not much.
Yeah.
All done?
I think I'm happy with the Dogs, yeah. I mean, you aren't, obviously.
Well, you spoke about them for long enough.
Well, it's his teammate. Look,
My
he's got the
team.
Bob 300
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
He's
See, you didn't
the
have
collar.
anyone to speak about for this long because you support every team.
He knows every left footer.
Yeah. The Dogs will they'll win the first 4, be second on the ladder, and you'll be like, oh, the Dogs this year.
Hey, Fergo, have you got a spare jersey?
Yeah. Not one that fits you. Oh.
Righto. So that wraps up our 18 teams.